Hey Aries, it's Moon here with Snake Petal Healing, and here I am for the month of April to give you your tarot reading for your sign. This applies to Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, even stelliums, any prominent Aries placements in your chart, and if you look to where Aries is on your chart as well, this could apply to that house for the month ahead as well. If you're unfamiliar with my channel, which you probably are because I'm fairly new, I typically do a channeled message and then I get into the tarot reading, and we typically do like a 15-minute session. And then if it's hitting and you want to learn more details, you can subscribe to my Patreon, which I will link below, as well as you can book a personal reading on my website, which I'll link below too. So let's get into it. For your channeled message, you got Outside by Calvin Harris featuring Ellie Goulding for your song. That has to do with like relationship issues and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure. So listen to the song, see where it applies. It was like a super throwback. I wasn't even ready for it. And then the next song that I got, because I did this yesterday and I'm recording this today, I got He Had It Coming from Chicago, the movie, the musical. So that could be relevant to you, I'm not sure. The animal message was the hyena. So in African culture, I know that hyena can typically represent like the darker sides of life and maybe like shadow attributes, shadow aspects. So that might be something that you could be battling with at this time. When I looked up hyena symbolism on other platforms and things like that, it says encourages you that healing is on the horizon and becoming more flexible will benefit you. Do silly things if you feel you've been too serious. As far as friendships are concerned, it might be time to find a new pack that actually has your back. It helps you recognize problems so you can sever relationships, mend fraying ones, establish healthier ones. Helps with communication because maybe in some area you're not particularly speaking the language of others and there could be some sort of like miscommunications. So hyena helps with the subtleties of body language, nuance, etc. And it helps the spirit animal totem helps protect what's important to you, and to know how to properly navigate deception. So I get into a little bit of astrology as well because no, I'm not an astrologer, but I am interested in it. And you happen to have many planets in the sign of Aries for the month of some of March and even April. So for April, on the 1st, there is Jupiter in Aries, Sun in Aries, Mercury in Aries, and Chiron in Aries. So I'm not going to get into the aspects because I'm like not super well versed in that. But what I can say is that for Aries placements, having Jupiter in Aries, it can be a great time for expansion and growing things. With the Sun in Aries, you could be looked at in a more favorable manner by those around you. With Mercury in Aries, this can help with communication, especially if you have these placements like, Jupiter or Mercury in Aries. This can help with communicating needs to others. So interesting because it does tie into the hyena. And for Chiron and Aries, there could definitely be some shadow work taking place here. So that's that. So I wonder if you might also want to work with some adventuring. I was just called to mention this because I just looked over and I saw my adventuring, which I sometimes wear. Green, the color of the heart chakra. Maybe you're I just saw another green thing. Maybe you're in the process of truly opening up your heart chakra here and trying to be more vulnerable when it comes to love, when it comes to others and things like that. Don't mind I just rat myself out all the time, but I have chip paint over here. By accident, I had some sound gear that I went to take off the wall and the little sticky thing ripped off the paint, which ticks me off if I just like move over here. Okay. I kind of want to move my nail polish remover. Let's do this. Okay, Spirit. Like to be a clear channel for my Aries collective for the month of April. What's going on for the Aries collective? What's going on in the snake pit for my Aries collective for the month of April? Sheesh. Wow. All right. Last week. Okay. Okay, Aries. What the heck? Some telemarketer's calling me. I'm not answering. So, the theme for the month is transformation. Now, it's so funny because, I called myself Snake Petal Healing because of the transformative aspect of the snake when it comes to shedding the skin. But like I have, I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. So like very plutonic in nature. And it's just like, I seem to be constantly transforming and shape shifting and shedding and blooming again. You know what I mean? And it's like, I keep getting these type of messages for my collective. And it's like, I feel like I'm so redundant in saying this, but like we truly never stop growing. So that's very interesting. So at the heart of the reading here for the theme, we have the Judgment card. This is hearing the call to the truth of your being. This is awakening to life's purpose. This is awakening to your soul. This is awakening to the truth. This is transforming into something completely new. This is moving from one stage to the next. Maybe even without knowing how or why, just naturally doing so. Because you can see they're in the cemetery here, right? And it's like they're just crawling up, rising up out of the dirt and spreading their wings. And it's like the whole like right up and vibe for this card is like, unsure how to handle the newness of sprouting wings when you possibly didn't have them prior. So like imagine that type of energy. It's like you are like, okay, what am I doing here? I don't know, but I am destined to do this, and where I'm headed, it's very important, and you might not even be able to explain in entirety what it is that makes it so important to you, but it is something that speaks to your soul here when it comes to transformation. Let's do my little doozy, because I am taking these cards and putting them there. Yeah, so emphasis on revelation for the month of April. What's being revealed to you? Not sure. I actually just did a TikTok reading. I got a message of just like a week ago or so of a Hebrew letter called the Hay, and it had to do with revelation, and like beholding what is seen and stuff like that. So that's interesting. That could be something you might want to check out. Has to do with following your destiny, transforming and heeding the call. You're being called to do something in the month of April. You're being called to do something. Not quite sure what it is. We can get into that in the extended, but you are being called to do something here. And with the 5 of Swords here, it's like there may be someone coming in that, now whatever the situation is, for some reason there's this element of some sort of someone trying to win at all costs. There could be someone kind of in competition when it comes to this. I don't even know if you're totally aware. And I don't really like spreading like negativity or anything like that, but like if I'm seeing it, then what am I supposed to do? Because like in the 5 of Swords here, this person is not wanting to use their sword, but they will have to defend themselves as the crows are kind of closing in on them. And you see how his face here, he's kind of just like, okay, I guess. Maybe in April there could be someone, possibly a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or someone with this very charismatic, someone very charismatic, someone very creative. Did I say it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? Someone coming in here that seems to have some sort of issue with what it is that you're doing. And I feel like they have this need of like beating you out or something like that. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Because it's just weird. Maybe this person even likes you or something, like, because it's like beating you out. Eating you out. But yeah, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know if someone's like got a thing for you, but then they also have this like weird animosity and they're like trying to beat you. I don't know. I feel like here's the Queen of Wands here. This is possibly you. Life of the party. Very charismatic, very strong. When you put your focus into something, it's very intense. And sometimes you can be a little bit bold, may possibly have a flair for drama. This could be the person coming in to kind of beef with you in the sense, or compete. Or this could literally, no, I don't know if it's someone talking trash or not, but like that's the vibe I'm getting. I feel like you're going to be so caught up though in working on whatever it is that you're working on, like you honestly might not even notice. I feel like someone's carefully trying to study you to kind of mimic what it is you have going on, but it's like, sweetie, you can't fake that. Be about it. Focus on your own. Like, why? Why bother? So, first week of April here, we have the Death card. Do not be alarmed. This deals with transformation. This deals with changing of cycles, closing the chapter. Sometimes fear of change. You might be in this space where you inevitably know, Willow's barking, inevitably know that this needs to change. It's very important. Whatever this is, whatever you're being called to do might require some serious rearranging. And because this is a major arcana card, I'm feeling like these are emotions taking place within the surface. Whatever this heeding the call is, I feel like it could be some sort of like emotional depth that is coming to the surface here to be yellow. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to reach you. Are you going to pick up? Don't send it to voicemail. Please don't send it to voicemail. I feel like if you're anything like me, you've sent it to voicemail a few times. So don't do that. This could also represent sometimes sickness and weakness. If you're feeling off in any way, I would recommend, going to the doctor or figuring out kind of what's going on. Make sure that your diet is okay. You're getting enough water and stuff like that, because could be the case. But there's this type of like very profound change and maybe even a closure coming in. in regards to any type of situation, you know, like you're kind of stopping something and starting another perhaps, or something from a while ago is finally reaching its ending point, so much so that it, you know, it's giving you closure to move forward. Oh, my shoulders hurt. I feel like they've been hurting, but that can represent having a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, that kind of thing. So maybe this is something that has kind of been there for a while. So we have the King of Wands for the second week of April. Very charismatic king. Has to do with activation. Aries season involves cardinal fire as well, which is all about the first step of activation. Literally number one. This is the astrological new year as well. So as far as like astrology goes, this is actually, you know what I mean? Like it's actually like our January, but and I like to go by that because I do personally feel during this season, and not just because it's my birthday season. Oh, also happy birthday to Aries out there. You guys rock. Maybe I should try. Anyway, okay. So yeah, okay. Very charismatic leader here. This King of Wands, I feel like there is this, now this could be someone coming into your life here, but I'm really kind of thinking that this is more so like this could be an individual coming into your life, someone maybe with some fire placements, or someone that comes off as someone like very charismatic and exciting and fun to be around, like making you laugh all the time and like showing you like a lot of passion in the connection. This person is incredibly creative as well. If this is not someone coming into your life, these are aspects of you that you are now starting to show outwardly. You are now starting to display these type of energies to the world. And I think that people are starting to truly recognize you for these gifts, these creative gifts that you may have been kind of holding dormant. And maybe part of this death card previously in the first week of April is just getting actually like set up with what it is that you got going on there when it comes to your creativity. I like to keep these a little, at 15, but it looks like we're going over. That's okay. Third week of March here, we have the Empress card. So here's another aspect of self, maybe some ideas that you could be kind of going over within your own headspace. But this card is incredibly nurturing. She's very sensual. It has to do with self-care, sensuality, love and loyalty, kind of like compassion for all. I feel like you're starting to really embody these qualities. I feel as though throughout your journey, throughout nurturing self and things like that, and like actually taking steps forward and maybe like answering this call, I feel like you are now starting to truly no longer ignore the parts of yourself that are so desperately calling out to be addressed. And while you're doing that, you know what I mean? While nurturing self, it's starting you to kind of like glow from within, because this individual is very prosperous, very, I was gonna say fertilious. So aka you could be feeling very flirty as well, because that's not a word, but like very fertile, very prosperous, very, like this card represents growth. You could be in the midst or in the middle of growing something for yourself. I feel like this does have to do with sort of like career and creativity within self and how you show up in the world. Also, this could indicate motherhood. If any of you, some of you maybe could find out that you're pregnant in the third week of April. Third week of April. Or maybe you are giving birth to new creative ideas in the third week of April. But generally this is like a nurturing aspect of self, and this is showing up in a more feminine presenting type of way. And I'm only speaking about gender roles because I'm speaking from an energetic perspective when we're talking about receptivity and action oriented, right? That's the difference between feminine, masculine. One is action oriented, one is the act of doing, and one is the act of receiving. Final week of April, the Page of Pentacles. This is a very dedicated, hard worker, incredibly meticulous when it comes to their craft. This is someone that is learning something new. This could indicate maybe a younger earth sign coming into your life. Eager to kind of start building something with you or helping to build something. This individual is reliable, I feel, because most earth signs are, I feel as though they are kind of about taking it slow. If you are kind of seeing a younger earth sign, they are going very slow because that's kind of their safety net. Now, if this is you, this is putting in work towards a new skill. This is meticulous detail involved with whatever area of study you are kind of doing, or whatever you're learning. You're learning a new skill here, and you're meticulously studying it, and you're going over it kind of like with a fine-tooth comb. That's the vibe that I'm getting when it comes to a new work environment. If you happen to be in one, Spirit is definitely asking to see things from a lighter perspective. Don't take things too seriously. Like we did talk about the hyena, you might really be in need of, you maybe have taken things very, very seriously in regards to certain events. And I think towards the end of April, you might be in need of kind of lightening the heck up. I feel like whatever this is, you're paying very great attention to it. You're very dedicated to it. And there's definitely meticulousness involved when it comes to going over it. That's what I see for you for the month of April 2023. If that resonated and you would like to subscribe to my monthly Patreon, you're going to get all zodiac signs for free, extended. And also just like a few little tidbits here and there. On my YouTube channel, there's going to be free pick a card readings and also moon readings. So, and by moon readings, I mean just like describing moon phases and stuff like that. So thank you so much. If you like this video and subscribe, that would be so freaking rad. And it would super help my channel. So I will see the rest of you on my Patreon, where I will be using my Oracle decks. I will be using my Astro dice. And also my chakra cards. So thank you so much. Peace, love, and divinity. And I will catch you guys later.